So we're looking at Freedom Wars. It's a brand new exclusive for the PlayStation Vita. It's a third-person action game, kind of in the same vein as those kind of hunting games you've seen before, kind of like, I want to say like maybe Monster Hunter or Tokiden, Soul Sacrifice, where the emphasis is on four-player combat, but this game has also a very rich single-player story, set in a post-apocalyptic kind of dystopia. So think 1984, you're constantly being watched, and actually our prisoner over here, our sinner, as he's called, has a million-year life sentence at the beginning of the game. You can actually see his counter on the top of his head over there. He has 837,000 years to go. So as you're playing through the story, you're going to be whittling down those years. The idea is that you're completing missions for this big government, this panopticon in which you live. And the better you do in these missions, the more years you'll take off and the closer you'll get to earning your freedom. Standing right here next to me is my accessory. So she's my kind of my assistant. She's an AI, since she's like robotic, but she's also my parole officer. So she's kind of in charge of reporting me if I do anything wrong to society, as well as helping me in battle. So there's kind of a love-hate relationship there. She plays into the story a lot too, so you'll see in some of our trailers, the sinner, the character, is constantly trying to help his accessory, but she's also there to tattle on you too, so got to make sure you don't break the rules. In this mission, I'm actually going to be going after an abductor and rescuing a citizen that got captured. I chose some of the other characters from the story to help me out. I'm playing a single player right now, so unlike a lot of those previous games where sometimes the grind was a little tough if you did it by yourself, taking on huge monsters by yourself can be pretty tough. But in this game, everybody you encounter in the story is going to be someone that you can select to fight with you on your team. So here's just a very basic map. We've got some smaller enemies around. You can see I'm using just like a machine gun right now to take out some of these smaller guys. I'm going to instruct my team over here to basically cover me, and we'll go and try and find that big enemy. There he is. So that's an abductor right there. This is kind of towards the beginning of the game. You can see my other AI friends are actually jumping on him and trying to distract him. He'll come after me, so it's really all about teamwork. And what I'm using right now is my thorn. It's kind of like a grappling hook to grab onto him and to drag him down. The more of us that are hooked onto him at once, the faster that'll go. And then as soon as I can drag him down, it's time to get in and strike and really hit him. So if you notice, once he stands back up, you'll see in the middle of his body there's a yellow capsule. That's actually where our civilian is. So you can see she's up there, so I'm going to go up there with my thorn and grab her out. And then me actually transporting her back to our transport pod is going to be when the mission actually is completed. The game is 4 players, so 4 people can play at once, but every character, every player has an accessory, so you're constantly bringing 8 characters into battle. And trust me when I say, for all of the missions that you're able to, you're going to want to bring a full team in. We'll have situations where you're fighting for, 3 or 4 huge enemies and numerous smaller enemies at the same time. So again, very simple mission. We actually killed the abductor pretty quickly since all of my characters are pretty well leveled. But that's just a basic example of a very simple mission. We can always approach the window on Liberty and customize our characters. I can always request physical remodeling, which will let me change the gender, the complete look of my character, as well as the accessory. So really, you can make your guy look however you want. Tons of different, body types, and let's just skip through a few of them. You can set the height. You can pretty much like customize any element of this. The eyes, eyebrows, you name it. And then when you get costumes, you'll actually unlock costumes for both you and your accessory. So you'll constantly be coordinated. You can give your character glasses, headphones, etc. You can really make them look however you want. It's completely up to you. Everything in this game, again, you start out as a sinner with a million-year sentence, must be unlocked. And to do that, you have to unlock these entitlements. And entitlements can be everything from regular activities, like the right to pace around in your room, to the right to use better weapons. You get these entitlements and you're allowed to unlock them as you go through the story in the game, but really everything that you're able to do in the game, everything that will help you in combat is going to be something that you unlock. So the better you do in the actual combat itself, in the missions, the more points you will receive and the more things you'll be able to unlock quickly. So it's a balancing act. You want to make sure you're not only looking good at unlocking costumes, but you want to make sure that you're actually also unlocking better thorns, and the thorn is that grappling hook you had, as well as gear for your other characters as well. There's lots of customization options. There's going to be lots of DLC actually coming in the next month too. A lot of free DLC, so we're going to have a lot of different ways that you can customize your characters and keep them looking unique, so that when you go online, you won't look like anybody else. This is Freedom Wars. It is an exclusive title for the PlayStation Vita. It is out October 28th, both retail and digital, for $29.99.
資源や戦闘用アイテムを生産局へ納品することでより多く御社が受け